The B.P.M podcast, Body Pulse Movement.
All right, episode 1, B.P.M. I feel so glad to be here. We getting wet right now. You know what I mean? Jumping right on in. You feel me? It's the 7th reporting live. We got some extra bodies in the studio today, but it's all good. It's a family affair. Shout out Juice, Leandro, and Kirk. You know what I mean? We're going to get it. Woo! Shout out them. They just there for background support. But yes, let's get to it. What's the word? What's up, world? How you feeling? I'm feeling amazing, per usual. This is what we about to do. We're going to kick this podcast off called BPM, which is Body Pulse Movement. That's what that acronym stands for. How did I get here? How did the 7th, the artist, producer, DJ dude, how did he get to the point he wanted to start a podcast? Did 7th want to start a podcast just because everybody else was doing it? Yeah, I can't lie. Was a little bit of it because it was something that was brewing and something I felt like I could share stories in a meaningful way and maybe like help people and spark aha moments. Aha moments? Yeah, that's a mixture. So let's talk about it. Before we get started, let me just send a shout out to everybody around the world right now who's waking up and seeing the blessings in life for what it is. There's a lot of beauty around us, especially around this room. A lot of my beautiful friends around here, beautiful liquor and weed and things. But there's so much beauty around us if you stop and look. You know what I mean? It's all about perspective and how you decide to, view things. And I feel like me personally, my perspective has led me a lot of different places. Whether it was, me just producing and believing in people, and that got me to different rooms, or uh, changing my perspective. Like, okay, yeah, I know I rap and stuff like that, but this person needs me to do this for them. Let me do it, and then it end up taking me somewhere out the country or something like that. Just perspective is crazy, and it's even led me here to where I'm at right now. This podcast, this whole BPM concept was something that started off as a live event that I wanted to incorporate and just feature some of my like DJ homies and producer homies in one place. Like I said, the acronym was Body, Pulse, and Movement. And I feel like music and art and culture definitely, embody those three things. So I did an event in May. No, it was March 15th, actually. March 15th, 2019. Sheefy McFly, shout out Sheefy from Detroit. He's an amazing, multifaceted artist, DJ, producer. He's a legend. And I brought him here to Grand Rapids. We did that show. Omega was involved with one. Um, Denard, shout out Denard. Dean Martian. You know what I mean? A couple people, a couple dope DJs from the city, and we just rented out a club and just had fun. And for me, that's what it's really about. Like when I can share the stage and spaces with people who I admire and just get to spend like some time with them, just the whole camaraderie thing. Like for me, sometimes doing shows or me putting together shows when I promote them or when I get to pick the DJs who are going to spend the night. It's almost like when people, I don't know if anybody plays sports out there, but when you play pickup ball with your homies, like, hey, such and such, you call up a couple homies and you go meet up at the park and you guys go ball, you guys have fun, you talk shit, you might get into some scuffles, but you guys play the game, you have fun, and you go home. Like, and that's how I always viewed putting lineups. So like, yo, I don't want to DJ with nobody I don't know. Sorry, Have I did that before? Yes, I have, because the money was decent. But I prefer to DJ with my friends, and you know what I mean. Just keep that whole flow. So we did one BPM event, and then I started. It was decent feedback in 2019. Then I tried to reach out to some clubs and some venues around here. I won't drop no names, you know what I'm saying? But I tried to get the BPM event into some venues and breweries and stuff, and people were kind of like, you know, just kind of like, okay, whatever, Because a lot of people, they don't understand that. They don't play sports. They don't understand that like pickup game type shit. Like, yo, I'm just finna go to the park and hoop with my homies. If people end up coming and we end up making a crowd and it becomes a thing, cool, so fucking be it. But either way, we just gonna play ball. That's not like a real corporate thing. You know what I'm saying? They like play ball at the park. No, let's do it in the arena. Let's charge tickets. Let's, you know what I'm saying? Like it's a whole different game. But that's straight. I wanted to do things my way. So I reached out to some venues. None of them was really messing with it like that, like that. Um, then I end up hitting up Jamal, Easttown J, a little later that year, and I asked him for help. And just was funny that ended up me calling him and telling him what I was doing. Ended up us doing All City Sundays, which was a event every Sunday night at this club that we had going for a couple months till the cops shut us down. But it was pretty crazy. It was like a urban disco. It's pretty lit. It's pretty lit. But so the story is B.P.M. started off as an event, did a couple events. It was dope. I wanted to get it picked up to be like a monthly or a bi-weekly. That didn't happen, but it ended up turning into me doing a different night with my boys, and that's cool. That's what it was. That was dope. But I still wanted to do that BPM idea. Of course, it was COVID and stuff like that. But I was just like, man, you know what? I feel like I could still get this BPM concept off as far as me just facilitating a space and place for my friends and homies just to vibe and link and express themselves and do our thing, despite who gathers to watch or listen. You know what I mean? So that's where we're at. This thing hits a sharp U-turn back to that perspective. You feel me? I could have been like, okay, yeah, these clubs, they didn't want to mess with me. This BPM thing is dead. Oh my gosh, the city hates me. I can't do anything here. Oh my gosh. No, change the perspective. Like, this is my idea. I own it. I got enough things in order to self-sustain this idea. So let me go ahead and make it happen. Um, and get to the park and play ball with my niggas. You know what I'm saying? let me think of something. Like hits blunt and gets idea. Let me hit the blunt. Oh yeah. Gracias. All right, so world, we back. I just want to say I appreciate y'all for tuning in to episode 1. There'll be many more episodes to come. It's been a pleasure. I think that this will be a good thing. And really, I'm just trying to share and drop gems, and hopefully, I can like share something that helps you get a spark or an aha moment. Because I definitely plan on being transparent and just talking about stuff that I experienced in music and life and my journey between the two of them. And I'm gonna bring special guests on who can talk about the same. And it's gonna be a real good, fun thing. Tell your mama, tell your daddy, tell your bald headed Grady, we in it. Holla.